Welcome to my podcast.
Can't wait.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I think
thanks.
people underestimate the value of art. And a lot of people don't know how to do it at all. And so we are a bit detached from it, partly because how do you do it? How do you do something like you do? You're my favorite portrait artist, I would say, on Instagram. Your stuff is amazing. I can see you have a painting in the background. Is that something you're working on?
Oh yeah, this painting here, this painting right here is, it's going to something else. I did a painting of your dad. Here's Jordan right here. It's your dad. He has his hand on his head. It's a gesture of thinking. He's contemplating problems and solutions at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, well,
We'll get to that.
we'll get into all that. Yeah, get into all that. Yeah, let's start off by, could you give a brief background of who you are and what it is that you do for my audience?
Yeah, I live in Phoenix. It's a piece of shit. It's a hellhole. It's a shithole, hellhole. It's hot. It's pointless. In the summer, everybody just hides and they go on the internet and do ridiculous things. Anything to make money. They'll even podcast. Everybody's podcasting. It's just crazy. But back to like what I'm doing, man. I'm just trying to make money. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no history to me. It's just nothing other than another hustle. That's it. I'm making something and I'm selling it. That's the hustle.
Oh, that's very interesting. Were you always able to draw? Was it something that came naturally? That was a question I usually ask my audience if they have questions for the guest. And one of the questions was like, I have no idea how to draw. I'm really bad at it. How much of it is talent versus practice?
Yeah, you just got to keep looking at something and you use tracing paper, carbon paper, projector. You could use grids, anything. You just got to see how it works. A lot of people right now are doing these like stencil art. Like it looks just like a photograph, and they're actually cutting it by hand. But I think there's a machine you can get, like a laser printer, or like one of these laser engravers. They can cut the stencil for you, so you really don't even need to do anything as far as art. It's almost like a real long photograph to develop for some artists. So yeah, when it comes to drawing is about crossing out. It's about crossing out, not putting things in. It's always going to be about taking things away so that you can reveal more. If that makes any sense. So it's not always about adding more and more pixelations and squares and details. It's you got to get a little reversal or detours in what is being constructed when it comes to an image.
How do you feel about abstract art versus, like, I went to MoMA, and this is when I was really ill, so I was kind of angry about everything. But I was looking at some of the paintings that are like this huge canvas that have two lines down it, and I was just irritated. Just like, what? I don't understand this. Some people absolutely love it, and I was like, you just drew a line in the middle of a canvas. Like, what? So.
Yeah.
What I've always enjoyed, I guess, portraits I find the most fascinating because I think capturing a human is insanely difficult, even versus a landscape. But landscapes are nice too. I like architectural drawings, but I have a difficult time with abstract art. So what's your perspective on, I guess, different forms of art? And
Hey, before I get into that, I just want to say your eyeliner, in every podcast, you spend so much time on your eyeliner. Yeah, I'm just thinking right now, I would love to do a portrait of you in your 40s. What do you think? Maybe I'll do something in your 40s. But yeah, as far as abstract art, I think it's a good gig because I think those abstract paintings take less time to make, and so you're not wasting your time around doing some sort of high rendering Leonardo da Vinci painting or something, or you don't have to try to make it all anatomically right. So in a way, abstract paintings it's an amazing invention, because really all we're trying to do is make your place look wealthy and eccentric. So wealth and eccentricity comes first and foremost for me when it comes to making paintings. I don't care what genre it is. It just has to fulfill the prophecy of your affluence.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of how I felt in MoMA. It was colder than looking at portraits, for instance. But then there are some that are, like, I don't mind Jackson Pollock. I think that's kind of interesting. And obviously Picasso resonated with, everyone. Not everyone, but like a lot of people. Although I still find Picasso a bit disconcerting when I look at it too. Although I suppose most people.
Picasso was an absolute pedophile. I mean, this guy was an animal. If he was around today, we just lock him in the same prison cell as Woody Allen. But Picasso was just doing those drawings so he can get young girls back into his studio. They love innocence. He was playing the innocent card, like, oh, I'm just a guy who's an artist, but really he's just an absolute predator.
There were a number of things I kind of stopped doing when I got healthier, and drawing and
Or if you have.
I feel like I could take a second and go grab one, but then I'd be showing a bunch of people. I think it's in my closet. Give me one sec. I haven't drawn anything since high school, so this was 2011. So this is not me, but that's the kind of it was like a model, right? So
That's
they're
cool.
just sketches. I've got that one.
Those are good. That's a good painting. Boobs always make people look. Boobs are better in paintings than they are in person. You can quote me on that.
Yeah, I didn't have that much of a problem with with shading, but I could never do color. And then this is my skeleton. So that's like, I don't want the reflection there.
What's neat about the skeleton is it looks like someone who's never looked at art did it. Like you're just into like purple and yellow. You didn't think about it at all. You just go, you've been fed Crayola since you were little, and this is what kind of art you get created. If your parents were to give you pastels, you probably wouldn't have made a piece of painting like that. But I'm not trying to be abusive or anything. But it's neat. It's a neat painting.
Yeah, I had some weird drawings. I had drawings of, like, when I was really sick, I had this repeated snake that I used to draw, which was the snake with no eyes and lots of teeth. And I don't normally, like, I usually draw, like I said before, draw things I can see and just copy them onto a page. But there was this blind snake that I was drawing. It was really creepy. I'll try and find it before I put out the episode. I don't know if I can. I may have gotten rid of it, but it was like me, and then there'd be these snakes in the background. And then I really stopped drawing as soon as I got healthier, stopped drawing and writing, which is a shame, but I think I was doing it for therapeutic reasons. Okay, this is a bit of a more practical questions for the artists listening, but how do you find clients? How do you get commissions? How do you make this into a business? I mean, you're really good, so that helps.
Dude, I'll paint anything. I'll do anything they want. I'm just that guy. So whatever they want, I do it. But they also have to respect me. So I have a giant ego. So at the same time, I'm not such a servant. But man, if I need to get that money to pay them bills or whatever, I need that money, I'll do whatever it takes to get that money. That's how I get my business.
Yeah. So develop your art and say yes to opportunity, rather than following some marketing plan that probably won't work anyway.
The market plan is, what do you need? because I already got it. That's how you do it. I already have it. What are you looking for? I got it. You just say you already got it before they even want it. You already have it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I think people will find this helpful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, finally. I know we've been chatting on Instagram for a very long time. So
I know I probably look like a giant scumbag, maybe a pirate. Maybe I look like I'm not worthy enough to do a podcast. Maybe
I hear your son.
Be eloquent, but I wax poetically, lyrically, feverishly. My flow is. I used to do spoken word poetry. I didn't tell you about that because I was afraid you might get intimidated for that reason.
Hard to get to know someone like that.